There's a lot of news coming out around Bitcoin, and there's a lot of progress being made with blockchain technology. If you're passionate, if you're awake, if you know what's going on, then we need other people to start paying attention and educating themselves around Bitcoin and blockchain technology. Let's discuss. Hey everybody, I'm Gary Palmer Jr., you're you, together we're minting coins. Now there's a lot coming out around Bitcoin and blockchain technology from every single direction. We're hearing a lot about ICOs and tokens and all of these new companies and organizations being started, both centralized and decentralized. With all this information, it's really easy for us to get lost. And with a lot of different people with different spectrums on the whole knowledge scale, there's a lot of information, confusion, misinformation still surrounding this whole new industry. So let's go over Bitcoin just a little bit and just review the higher points of what's going on with this new peer-to-peer digital cash, this new person-to-person trust where we have a distributed ledger. We have a system of accountability, a system of keeping record on who owns Bitcoin and how much Bitcoin every single, in this case, address owns. So with Bitcoin, there's public addresses that are being created. Whoever public address is created, it's possible for that public address to have Bitcoin in it. If there's Bitcoin in that public address, then there are private keys associated with that Bitcoin, which can then be used to send that Bitcoin to any other private address inside the Bitcoin network, or to any other public address inside the Bitcoin network. So anyone can have Bitcoin, anyone can create a wallet. You can go to Jaxx, Jaxx.io, and you can create a wallet. It's free to download. You just download the software, run the software, go through the steps of creating a brand new wallet, and you'll have a wallet address that you could send Bitcoin to. So that Bitcoin public address is random and isn't connected directly to you. You can receive Bitcoin to that address. Anyone with a Bitcoin address can receive Bitcoin to their Bitcoin address. Anyone who has access to a smartphone or a computer can download the wallet, open a wallet, and then have a public Bitcoin address to where they can receive money. Now to send money, you have to have access to your private keys in your wallet. So when you have your wallet, you want to back up your wallet and know what the password is to get into your computer, have the security backup phrase. When you create your wallet, you get, typically it's a 12-word backup phrase. Take that 12-word backup phrase, put it in a very safe space. Some people will write it down, cut it into two halves, get it half to a lawyer, half to a spouse, maybe half in a safety deposit box and half with someone that you trust. You want to keep the backup of your wallet secure. So you can access your wallet with the password to access your wallet. So to send money, there's typically a PIN, like again with the case of Jaxx. You can put your, to send the money, you have to put in your PIN number to send the money. But if you lose your wallet completely and you need to restore your wallet, then the only way to do that is with your backup phrase to restore the wallet. So if you were to lose your wallet, if you were to lose your computer that your wallet is on, then you could take the software, the Jaxx software, reinstall it on any computer in the world, and then you would restore your wallet with the passphrase to restore that wallet on that new computer. And the whole bottom line is this: to keep your Bitcoin safe, you want to control your own private keys. You want to control your private keys by having your Bitcoin in a decentralized wallet that only you control. When you create your Bitcoin wallet, you want to make sure that you add any passwords or PIN numbers to protect your money, any two-factor authentication that may exist for your particular software, and you want to keep your passphrase backed up as well, stored in a secure location if by any chance you lose your actual device or if you lose your Bitcoin wallet. So Bitcoin is valuable. Why is Bitcoin valuable? Bitcoin is valuable because Bitcoin is desired. It's limited. There's never going to be more than 21 million Bitcoins ever created. And there's currently only about 16.3 million Bitcoins in existence today. The number is actually lower because a lot of people have lost their private keys, or they've burnt that Bitcoin, and that Bitcoin is never going to be retrievable. So the amount of Bitcoin available is actually lower than the 16.3 million Bitcoin that we know exist in the total market today. So Bitcoin is limited, Bitcoin is scarce, there's a desire for Bitcoin. People want Bitcoin because other people want Bitcoin. People want Bitcoin to buy things with, people want Bitcoin to purchase items or services, to use it as a store of value. They want Bitcoin to trade with. There's a strong belief and conviction that Bitcoin is valuable. I hear a lot of people say they value Bitcoin because of the math or because of the cryptography involved behind the network, because of the security of the math, because of the mining and all the miners who are running the math on the proof of work algorithm to prove the security, to validate security, to support the cryptography, to support the math that's behind the blockchain technology, that's behind the Bitcoin token, that's behind the Bitcoin blockchain network. But it's not just the math or the miners doing the math for the security of the network. It's also about the decentralization. It's about the governance that involves so many people, so many different constituents coming together and getting consensus, coming on the same page to agree what the rules will be for Bitcoin, what the future will be for the Bitcoin. And the majority of people really appreciate the fact that Bitcoin is so decentralized, and they really appreciate the fact that it's so difficult to make decisions on the Bitcoin network. And that might come as a surprise for you to hear that some of the arguments, some of the back and forth is a good thing. But if it was really easy, or if it took just 1 year for everyone to get on the same page and to make a decision, then that would be really concerning for me, because that would tell me that either side could just say what they wanted to do and would just be able to do it at their own will. It's not strong for any one group of people to have total control over the network. This is the very essence why Bitcoin is strong, why Bitcoin is successful, why so many people are turning to Bitcoin and love Bitcoin. Bitcoin isn't the first digital cash. All the dollars in your pocket are electronic cash. The serialized $1 bills or $100 bills that we still have, the ones and zeros in our bank accounts, on our visas and our debits and our bank accounts, it's all digitized US dollars controlled by central authorities. So in that regard, Bitcoin isn't new. It's just a different version of electronic cash, right? But what is new about Bitcoin, what is unique, is that it's decentralized, that there's no single point of control. There's no single point of decision making. There's no one person, place, or thing that governs the rules for Bitcoin beyond Bitcoin itself. Even if the decision making and the power is consolidated on any scale, whatever scale the consolidation happens on as you get closer and closer up the pyramid, is that you get fewer and fewer people who are able to participate in the decision-making process. And as we limit the number of people who are involved in the decision-making process, the more control that the majority of people who are depending on Bitcoin lose. So people really want Bitcoin to stay decentralized. People who understand Bitcoin want Bitcoin to be difficult to update. It's because of that, when you have your one Bitcoin, when you hold your one Bitcoin, that's the safety of knowing that that Bitcoin is secure. That someone can't just come and rewrite the rules, that someone can't just come and totally change the way everything operates, that this needs to go through a process where there's going to be lots of people who are going to raise lots of concerns around every aspect of a project. Even if the project is really, really good, there's always going to be these devil's advocates that are saying their piece for better or for worse. And this dialogue, this open discussion where we can all be a part of this information and open communication is only going to make the network stronger. It's only going to aid to giving more information to people, for people to seek more information about what's going on, why it's happening, how it affects them. And then with that information, we can make decisions about what to do next or where to go from here. So where do we go from here? If you're like most people, you haven't heard about Bitcoin and you don't know where to get Bitcoin yet. Now, if you're an early adopter or a crazy adopter, then you have your methods of getting and receiving Bitcoin depending on where you live and what your personal circumstances are. Now, for the average person, what I recommend is that you go to coinbase.com, and there's a link below in the description. Click that link, go to coinbase.com, and you can sign up for an account there. Coinbase.com is a trusted, reputable website. It's a company that's based in the United States of America, located in San Francisco, California. Coinbase is fully licensed and regulated to operate in New York State, as well as almost every single other state in the United States, with the current exception of Hawaii, I believe. And these are changing all the time. We have legislation in several different states, including New Hampshire, Florida, Arizona. The laws are being looked at by the SEC in New York as looking if Bitcoin can be bought and sold inside our existing financial system. There's a lot of discrepancies between the state governments and the local governments and the federal governments and the judges, let alone levels of Congress think about it. And quite honestly, I have no idea what the current President Trump of the United States has to say about Bitcoin. It's hard to say. I saw Sean Spicer, the press secretary, was in the news talking about how he may have, instead of tweeting his password, which people had originally thought, a few months ago, he actually accidentally tweeted a piece of a cryptographic hash belonging to Bitcoin. So how interesting is that? People in the highest levels of our United States government seem to be actively involved in Bitcoin and may have a deeper understanding of this technology than previous administrations of the United States of America. Granted, Bitcoin has only been around since 2008, 2009. We still have a lot of work to do and a long way to go into getting a consistent policy about regulation inside the United States of America, let alone a consistent policy to really see across the whole world in itself. But it doesn't even matter. And I don't even think you should worry about it. I don't think I should worry about it. I don't think any of us should really worry about it as it relates to ourselves and what we can or can't do with the Bitcoin right now. Now, you want to understand what the laws are where you live, and you do not want to break the laws where you live. With that being said, Bitcoin is legal to use. Bitcoin is legal to invest in. Bitcoin is legal to use to buy or sell products or services in commerce. In New York State, Bitcoin is illegal for me to buy you or someone a couple Bitcoins, for them to give me a few $1,000s or money to purchase Bitcoin. That's illegal in New York State. I can't do that. But if I wanted to pay the electrician or purchase a coffee or sell a coffee, if I was a coffee shop, then all of that would be legal in New York State. And so what you want to do is have your personal wallet. You want to have your private keys. You want to have your public wallet where anyone can send you Bitcoin. And again, you can have your public wallet by simply downloading the Jaxx wallet at jaxx.io. You can purchase your Bitcoin at coinbase.com in the link below. Make an account at coinbase.com, connect your bank account, connect your credit card, connect your PayPal account. I recommend that you only invest what you can afford to lose or risk. This isn't financial advice. I'm not someone that can give financial advice. This is just my personal opinion and my personal belief. I'm passionate about Bitcoin. I'm passionate about blockchain technology. I still don't think that you should spend any money that you can't afford to lose. I think that you need to feed your family first and keep the lights on. But if you do have extra money to invest, then I would say dollar cost average. You don't have to purchase a full Bitcoin. Just purchase 0.01 Bitcoin. Just purchase 0.005 Bitcoin. That'd be 5 millibits. But purchase consistently, because no matter if the price is up or if the price is down, if you purchase a little bit each week or each month, then your portfolio is slowly going to grow over time as the price goes up and as the price goes down. So that's called dollar cost averaging, just purchasing consistently over time. You can purchase with Coinbase.com, and then when you have your Bitcoin, then you can send it to your private wallet at Jaxx, or if you want extra security, then you can get a Trezor. Now a Trezor is kind of like a USB key, but it's made specifically just for Bitcoin. They've recently updated, so you can actually put Dash or Zcash. Purchase from Coinbase, get your Bitcoin, send it to your secure wallet. Let that be Jaxx or the Trezor. If you have the money to spend on the Trezor, if you have a significant amount of Bitcoin, if you have a half a Bitcoin or even a whole Bitcoin, I would say spend $100, get yourself a Trezor, and it's just an additional level of security. You're going to have an access PIN code to be able to access your Trezor wallet, and then you have a phrase, the backup phrase as well, in case you ever lose that Trezor or have to restore it. So it's the same process as a Jaxx wallet, getting the Trezor wallet. It's just the extra peace of mind, the extra security of knowing where your Bitcoin is and knowing that it's safe, knowing that it's secure, knowing that you have access to your private keys, which is super critical. It's the most critical, because whoever has access to the private keys has access to the Bitcoin. And so purchase your Bitcoin and then have it securely on your device. Buy your Bitcoin, buy and hold, and don't stop holding. You're going to see the price go up, you're going to see the price go down. Ultimately, I think that if the price goes up to $2,000 and then you make an exit, I only think the price is going to increase from there. Again, Bitcoin is limited, and there's not going to be any new Bitcoins created. There's not going to be additional Bitcoins minted. You can't copy or clone or duplicate or counterfeit these Bitcoins. So as the supply of Bitcoin is decreasing, the amount of new Bitcoin coming out is decreasing, then and more people learn about Bitcoin, the demand for Bitcoin increases, the value of the Bitcoin is only going to increase with it. I did want to talk about how the new supply of Bitcoins is decreasing, and we keep on hearing about 2020, right? This 2020, buy and hold till 2020. Why do people keep on talking about 2020? It's 2.5 years away. And the reason 2020 is so significant with Bitcoin is because right now, every 10 minutes, on average, there's about 12.5 Bitcoins that are being created. In 2020, there's going to be the great halving, where the amount of new Bitcoins created every 10 minutes is going to be cut in half to 6.25. When that happens and new Bitcoin entering the market has decreased, then naturally economic theory says that the value of the existing Bitcoins and all the Bitcoins is actually going to increase. There's increasing demand, decreasing new supply, and so the price theoretically will continue to increase as we have seen in the past with the last halving, which happened in 2016. So there's just a lot of information here. There's a lot going on. There's a lot that people don't understand. And I'm glad that you're here checking this out, tuning in, and learning information to better enrich your life for yourself, your community, your family, and your future. So with that, we will talk again soon. I have new information and new tips on the way. There's a lot of news coming out that I'm really excited to be sharing with you, so be sure to stick around. If this video helped or inspired you, if you learned something new, then please hit that like button. It really supports me, it supports the channel, and it helps other people find out about this information. And if you like this channel, then subscribe. I really appreciate it, and I would like to connect with you as well. So feel free to say hello, say what you think about Bitcoin, if you think Bitcoin is interesting, in the comments below, or give me some tips about how I could improve without going into too much detail. I realize that I have a lot of room for improvement on these videos, and I'm working to make them as awesome as possible for you. So with that, thanks again for showing up. Have a great day, and I'm glad together we're minting coins.